It's going out of your house to somewhere different, to a special place, and being told a story. It's a big part of my life. I mean, at one time it sort of was my life. Cinema's my main interest, no doubt about that. But of course, the old saying is, if you turn your hobby into a job, you get an interesting job, but you lose a hobby. So, yeah, it's a swings and roundabout situation, really. I had a good friend who was an ex-chief projectionist, another friend who just retired as a manager, and between Ray and Keith, who helped me out, I kind of got the basics of it together, and 2.5 years later we'd actually got a cinema ready to open, and that was my first cinema. With our little cinema, I tried to bring a little bit of the old days back to life, because there aren't very many traditional cinemas. There's a few. I mean, there's 2 in Forest of Dean, for example, quite a few scattered around, but you know, there's no harm in having another one. But I thought it'd be interesting to have one in a small city like Gloucester. This spool takes about an hour of film, whereas the original small spools only took 20 minutes. So in the old days of a real projectionist, with changeovers every 20 minutes between 2 projectors, never a dull moment. So I've only ever done that once, and fascinating. It felt like real cinema. Wonderful little zip noise as the tickets came out. It's beautiful. Press down once for one ticket, and you've got all these 5, 4, 3, 2. So simple, mechanical, just oil it occasionally, lasts forever. But not complicated enough for modern people, so nowadays you've got all computerised ticketing systems, but we're fighting it off as long as we can. So I thought, well, it'd be interesting to see if city people would respond to it in the same way that the country town people do, even though there's actually a multiplex right on their doorstep. So that was the sort of thinking behind it all. And obviously we've got several factors in our favour. It's easy to park outside, you've got a nice traditional look, you've got a friendly, small scale place which suits a lot of people. And of course it's cheaper as well. So, you know, at lots of different levels, you're appealing to a different public. I just think it's like in the old retro look and feel of older things. You know, there's more sort of life to the old things. You know, you take an old car or an old projector, which of course we can't use now. You know, you can actually fix something. You know, you use your hands to work on it. And cars are the same, where in the early days you could make practically anything, and gradually it became more and more specialised. Now, you know, you can't do anything unless you've got a diagnostic computer. And there is the starting handle, surrounded by decay and mould, the most picturesque sort. Supposed to keep your thumbs on this side of a handle, because if it kicks back you can break your thumb. That slipped off now. That's a good start, that's all right. Most importantly, make sure you're out of gear. Because in the good old days, when everybody had to start a car with a handle, quite a lot of people got run over before they even got out of a drive, because they started it in gear and then the car obligingly ran them over. Turn around. run for about 3 months. Oh shit. When cinema started, it started as a gimmick. It started in a fairground, and you had a big booth, as they called it, and you showed like a train coming out of the tunnel, or somebody falling over. Well, I think so long as cinema sticks to its core value, it will always survive. And of course, its core value is storytelling, essentially. That'll always keep going, I think, in the long term.